Hey makers! Today we're building a fully functional 3D printed EJ20 Subaru Boxer engine, step by step. The STL files are 100% free and you don't need to worry about sourcing screws, motors, or hard to find parts. We've prepared a complete hardware kit for you. If you're into 3D printing, car engines, or just love building awesome stuff, hit that subscribe button now and comment below what engine we should 3D print next. Download the EJ20 files from our website. After downloading, extract the files and slice them using your preferred 3D printer settings. You're free to adjust support, wall thickness, and infill based on your setup. Be sure to check the included PDF guide for the exact number of parts needed, and feel free to get creative with your filament colors. We used gray, red, black, gold, and dark blue. Now let's build the engine block. Start by applying threaded inserts to the driver and passenger side engine blocks, as well as the water pump tensioner bracket. You can use a bit of super glue to make the inserts more secure. Once that's done, screw the top covers of both the driver and passenger sides using M3 screws. And then do the same for the lower block parts. Refer to the guide for screw sizes and placement. Next, move on to the EJ20 heads. Insert magnets into the heads as shown in the reference images. Then assemble the intake and exhaust valves. To do this, glue the valve spring puck, jam nut, and spring retainer together. Insert a rod through the printed valve jig to align it properly inside the head. Don't forget to add the valve spring before gluing the rod to the valve. Repeat this process to make 8 intake and 8 exhaust valve sets. Let's move to the crankshaft. Begin by assembling it onto the crankshaft rear flange, following the reference to select the correct crank segments. Stack the crankshaft bearings and spacers, locking them with nuts and screws as you go. Once complete, it should measure about 5.01 inches. Mount the full crankshaft to the lower engine block using the main bearing cap. For the pistons, connect them to the rods coming from the crankshaft. Screw each piston to the rear hole of its rod and insert them into the lower engine block, ensuring smooth motion. With pistons in place, attach the driver and passenger cylinder heads. Align the piston rods carefully, then screw the heads onto the block. Let's assemble the camshaft next. Slide the cam spacer, nut, cam lobes, bearings, and timing gear onto the rod. Make sure the front cam lobes are rotated 90 degrees clockwise from the rear ones for correct timing. If you'd like, you can glue the cam and timing gears together for added strength. Once done, install the camshaft into the EJ20 heads using the cam bearing cap. Next up are the water pump and oil pump. Mount the water pump tensioner bracket with its inserts to the lower engine block. To install the oil pump, you may need to temporarily remove the crank gear. Just reattach it afterward. Then, mount the timing belt tensioner with the tensioner spring above the bracket. For the timing pulleys, assemble each with a bearing, washer, and screw and install them according to the reference diagram. After that, loop the GT2 closed timing belts around the correct pulleys as shown in the guide. Insert magnets into the side valve covers. Check the polarity to ensure they attract the head magnets, and screw the covers into place. Insert more magnets into the intake manifold spacer and mount the intake manifold on top of it with screws. Now, let's assemble the oil pan and motor. Add magnets to the oil pan and snap it onto the engine block. Screw the motor and its drive gear to the pan and check that the motor gear lines up with the flywheel on the crankshaft. Adjust as needed for proper contact. At this point, you're nearly done, and we're proud you made it this far. If you're enjoying the process, hit like and subscribe. We'll keep creating more awesome models for you. Finally, let's wire it up. Install the female barrel jack panel mount and connect its wires to the PWM speed controller, making sure to follow the board labels for motor and power connections. Plug the male barrel jack into the motor, then connect the motor and the 12-volt 1-amp power supply to the speed controller. Use the knob to adjust your engine's RPM, and that's it. You now have your very own functioning 3D printed Subaru EJ20 engine model. If you have questions, feel free to message us on our socials and let us know what engine should we build next.